All right, everybody. Welcome to our math lesson today. We are starting a brand new unit. It is Unit 11, and we are going to be learning about three-dimensional shapes. So it's so much fun. So I hope you stick around and enjoy the ride, and we'll have lots of fun learning about three-dimensional shapes. How can you identify and describe three-dimensional shapes?
Here's a collection of three-dimensional shapes. There are cubes and spheres. How can we sort the shapes into two groups? One way is to sort the shapes by color. Put all the blue shapes into one box. Keep going. Just a few more. Last one. Put all the red shapes into the other box. Keep going. Just two more. When we sort by color, do we get groups of shapes that are the same shape? No. In both groups, there are cubes and spheres. Can we sort the shapes another way? Let's sort the shapes by size. Put all the small shapes into one box. Keep going. Just a few more. Last one. Put all the big shapes into the other box. Keep going. One more. When we sort by size, do we get groups of shapes that are the same shape? No. In both groups, there are cubes and spheres. How can we sort the shapes so that each group has only one kind of shape? Put all the shapes that roll into one box. Keep going. A few more to go. Last one. All the shapes that roll are in one box. Put all the shapes that stack into the other box. Keep going. Almost done. Last one. Here are all the shapes that stack in one box. Let's compare the shapes. This group has all the same shape, spheres. And this group has all of the same shape, cubes. These are three-dimensional shapes. Think about how each one is the same as or different from the other shapes. What's the name of the first shape? This is a sphere. Notice that the whole shape is curved. What's the name of the next shape? This is a cone. It has one curved surface and one flat surface. Click the next shape. This is a cylinder. It also has one curved surface, but it has two flat surfaces. What's the next shape? This is a rectangular prism. It doesn't have any curved surfaces. It has 6 flat surfaces, which are rectangles. What's the name of the last shape? This is a cube. It doesn't have any curved surfaces. It has 6 flat surfaces, which are all squares. Now select the shape that has no flat surfaces. Then click Check. Good job! A sphere is different from all these other shapes because it has only curved surfaces and no flat surfaces. Like a cone, which shape has curved and flat surfaces? Select the answer. Good job! A cone and a cylinder both have one curved surface. A cone has one flat surface and a cylinder has two flat surfaces. Which shape is a special kind of rectangular prism? Good job! A cube is a special kind of rectangular prism because each flat surface is a square.
Hi, everyone. Jeannie, why are you wearing a mask?
I am not Genie. I am the Quizler. I have a math puzzle so puzzling you will never find the answer. Never, I tell you. Moo! Moo!
Well, we'll see about that. Let's take a look at the puzzle. Sandy drew some rectangular prisms. Let's circle the objects that Sandy drew. Now, before we circle the objects, I just want to remind everybody what a rectangular prism looks like. Here's my rectangular prism, and it has 1, 2, 3, the back one, 4, 5, 6 flat surfaces. So we're looking for objects with 6 flat surfaces. First, we have a tissue box. And we want to know, is the tissue box a rectangular prism? Well, let's look at the surfaces. We have 1, 2, the back one, 3, the bottom one, 4, 5, and the other side, 6. And it has 6 flat surfaces. Therefore, the tissue box is a rectangular prism. Let's circle it. Next, we have a block. Let's count the surfaces again. We have 1, 2, the back one is 3, 4 on the side, 5 on top, and 6 on the bottom. So
Very smart.
we have 6 flat surfaces. Now, notice that each surface is a square. That means that the block is a cube. Now, Jeannie, or Quizler, remember, a cube is just a special kind of rectangular prism. So we get to circle this one as well. Now let's look at the drum. Well, the drum has 1 flat surface and 2 flat surfaces. Now, although it has 2 flat surfaces, it also has 1 curved surface. So, is that a rectangular prism?
I won't tell you, because I am the Quizler.
And I hope you said no, because no, it's not a rectangular prism. Doesn't have 6 flat surfaces.
Clever girl.
Next, let's move on to the cereal box. We have 1, the front one, 1 flat surface, 2, the back one is 3, another side is 4, the bottom is 5, and the top is 6. 6 flat surfaces, which means that our cereal box is a rectangular prism. So just to review, the objects that Sanji drew were the tissue box, the block, and the cereal box because they are all rectangular prisms.
Very clever this time, Mrs. Sandoval.
All right, going into our workbook pages today. Very simple. I'm going to go through and read our big essential question that we're thinking about today. I'm going to read through the problems, and then you need to go back and solve them when I am finished. Unless, of course, you want to stop the video after each question and answer the problem and then press play and continue. So, the essential question is, how can you identify and describe three-dimensional shapes? Okay, we want to sort these shapes. I want you to sort them into 2 groups. You will then, on the Google form, fill out how you sorted the shapes. Going on into our model and draw area. These are different pictures of three-dimensional shapes. This is a sphere. The PH, remember, says a f sound like fire. So it is a tough word, but it's sphere, and it's circular like a ball. The next is cone, like an ice cream cone. And look here, if you circled the flat side of the cone, if you put the cone standing up and you drew a line around the base, it would form a circle. But a cone has one flat side and one curved side. The sphere has no flat sides. The only thing it has are curves. The next one is the cylinder. It has a flat side on the top and a flat side on the bottom, and one round part in the middle, or curved part, I should say. Then the next is rectangular prism. This is also called a cuboid. But this rectangular prism has 6 sides, and they are all flat, and they all make a rectangle. This is a cube, which is a special kind of rectangular prism. A cube is a rectangular prism, but the taller rectangular prisms cannot be cubes. Now, use three-dimensional shapes. Sort the shapes into 3 groups. Name and draw the shapes. So you have to write the name down and you have to draw the shapes. Okay, so once again, this is important. You need to name and draw the shapes. There are 2 things you need to do. In number 1, it says only flat surfaces. So when it says only flat surfaces, we look back up here and say, okay, nope, that's got a curve. Oh, that has a flat surface. Oh, wait, but it has curved. This has a flat surface. Oh, wait, it has curved. This is flat and this is flat. I would draw them the best I could and then write the name. Then number 2 says only a curved surface. Only is very important because you want only the shapes that match that description. Only curved surfaces. And number 3, both flat and curved surfaces. Then down here in number 4, use three-dimensional shapes. Write the number of flat surfaces for each shape. Remember, come back up and count your flat surfaces right here in this picture. Count them for each shape and write the answer. See, like they did here? A rectangular prism has 6 flat surfaces. Number 5, a cube has blank flat surfaces. Go back, count the cube sides. Number 6, a cylinder has blank flat surfaces. Go back, look at the cylinder, count how many flat surfaces it has. Number 7, a sphere has blank flat surfaces. Go back and look at the pictures and see how many flat surfaces a sphere has. Now, for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We are taking the shapes that we've learned about today, the sphere, the cylinder, the cone, the rectangular prism, and the cube, and we are transferring those names to real life shapes, real objects that have the same shape. You need to look at the object just like they did with the soccer ball. The soccer ball is in the same shape as a sphere, so they wrote the word sphere. You will fill in the empty spaces there and trace the word sphere. Then you need to write the word below the birthday hat of what shape it is, below this block what the shape is, below this can what the shape is, and below this book of what that shape is. Back here, we get to some problem solving that is really kind of fun. Circle the objects that match the clues. Number 13, Kelly drew objects that have both flat and curved surfaces. So you're going to circle the objects that have both flat and curved surfaces. Number 14, Sandy drew some rectangular prisms. This looks familiar from our personal math trainer. Circle only the ones that have the rectangular prisms. Number 15, match each shape to the group where it belongs. So if you'll read, this says both flat and curved surfaces. So you would look up here at the cone and draw a line if it comes here for both flat and curved surfaces. If it doesn't, draw a line here for only flat surfaces. And if it doesn't fit there, draw a line here for only a curved surface. You're going to go through each of these shapes and do the same thing.